Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. We're going to take our first look at Foundation's collector box pre-sales data off of TCG Player up to the R-14 point. That is 14 days prior to release. So in the whole pre-release period so far, including this very dramatic dump sale on TCG Player, it has sold 1,668 boxes on the platform at a total of $350,000 for an average price of $210 per box. Now, be aware that includes all of these boxes sold on this one day where it jumped way up here that were sold at $197, which there are card stores who can't buy them that cheap from distribution. So the fact that TCG Player was shipping them to you for that amount is amazing. A very, very good price. And what we'll compare this to, we'll put up here several of the most recent standard expansion collector boxes from this year. And so you see this truncated blue line here on the cumulative spend chart of Foundations, threading in just barely above the red line of Duskborn and the yellow line of Bloomborough way above this green line of Murders, and trailing the purple line of Outlaws. Now, there's something really interesting going on here, which is I've seen a lot of negative takes about this set. I've seen a lot of people say that interest from people they know, people they sell to, etc., has been very low for this set. It's interesting to me to see that kind of negativity and those data points from other people compared to the data here, because the data on TCG Player is that this is very much in line with recent standard expansion collector boxes. It's right where we would like to see it. You know, it's not way above and it's not way below like Outlaws and Murders respectively. It's threading in right here next to Duskborn and Bloomborough, which post-release have done very, very well. They're both in the 240 to 250 range. And speaking of those prices, today on Foundations, they are 240 on TCG Player. So again, as always, the 7-day moving average price, it is a trailing moving average, so it has a lot of previous days' price numbers averaged into it, and that's why it is below the current actual price of 240, which is this tick line here. Now, there is only less than 1 day of inventory on TCG Player before it moves up to 250. Now, will it move up to 250? Obviously, as we get closer to release, a lot of stores get more and more confident to put some boxes up on TCG Player in the pre-order period, and sometime in the next week or so, we'll start seeing some stores begin to actually receive their physical product, and at that point, many stores become much more confident to put some of it up on TCG Player once it's physically in their hands. That's when we always see a large amount of new inventory come to market on TCG Player, and we see the prices start to drop. So I'm not going to be surprised if we see it go to 250 in the next day or two on TCG Player. I'm also not going to be surprised if it drops down to 230, 220, 210, maybe even 200 by release day. I expect this will do well. Bloomborough and Duskborn have done very well. They're the previous two standard expansion collector boxes. I don't think WotC suddenly hit its head and forgot what to do on controlling print runs after it learned all the hard lessons of 21 and 22, and then fixed everything in 23 and carried those fixes into 2024 now. So I would expect in 3, 4, 5, 6 months, this is a 240, 250, 260 box, just like Duskborn and Bloomborough are looking to be. Now, if you need to still buy some of these, the biggest retailers on eBay have even finally raised their prices or pulled their inventory off the marketplace. The cheapest one I found was $224. There will be an affiliate link down below to that deal. So I'll take another look at this at R-7 days, 7 days before release, and then after release date, I'll take the final pre-release look at this. Also, after release day, take a look at the Playbox pre-sales data, and then going forward after release, I take looks at those two products at various times up to about 150 days post-release. Subscribe so you don't miss any of that. Let me know what you think, guys. Thanks to everyone who makes this content possible, especially my very generous supporters on Patreon. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join me on Final Trade.